Barbed Wire, Scooby-Doo, Snapdragon.
Steve Hendricks.
Yes.
Costa Ricans.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Willoughby.
Who are those clowns?
My 10 o'clock. Clowns are the new vampires. My father, Stan Hendricks.
Good to meet you, Mr.
Call me Bill. Didn't you used to be Stan Hendricks, the director?
Wish I had a dime for every time I heard that.
Why, I thought you were dead.
I get that all the time.
You were like the Ed Wood of experimental theater.
Wow, a fan.
Dad? Excuse me, Mr. Willoughby's here from the federal government. Would you care to have a seat?
No. Acting is kind of a hobby of mine. Actually, years ago, I auditioned for a musical you were directing. It was something about the Last Supper.
Oh, yeah, exit strategy. What a challenge that was. Holding enough money for 7 of the 12 disciples.
How did you pull that off?
Mirrors, lighting, magic. Typical experimental theater stuff.
Dad, Mr. Willoughby is from the Department of the Interior. He's interviewing me about potential stimulus funding. This is important.
So, your office is in the back of a pet store.
Reptile Center. Yes. It's a long story.
Rather dark, don't you think?
It's the landlord. Another long story.
Is this a Dansk vase?
It could be.
It looks like a Grayson Perry Jacquard.
Do you collect them?
I do.
It's yours.
Really?
Found it at this garage sale.
Imagine the poor bastard that gave this away.
Yeah, imagine.
You know, this could be worth hundreds, maybe even thousands, depending on the market.
Thousands.
Oh my God, is that a Heartland statue?
It's yours.
If this is a Warren Spahn, it could be worth thousands.
Really?
The Horwitz brothers, I'd give anything for these.
Yours with my compliments.
A Stooge fan. Impressive. Of course, Jerome has stood the test of time. He's the one everyone remembers. Now, years ago, I worked with Jerome's daughter.
Really?
Being in show business, you get to know a lot of relatives of famous people.
Here you go, Dad.
Oh.
Is this a stuffed baby alligator?
Actually, it's not stuffed. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to know what I need to do to be considered for stimulus funding.
Well, as I mentioned on the phone, we did receive your application. I must admit it was a strikingly odd submission.
Odd?
Well, we don't get too many applications for stimulus funding due to employee non-compos mentis.
Non-compass.
Insanity. Can I ask why you chose the insanity clause?
There was a box on the form.
So you checked it?
Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting good or not so good?
Listen, I'm not saying it can't happen, but you know how it is with the government. There's always some convincing you have to do. You know, burden of proof. You'll have to fill out some paperwork, the usual red tape.
Red tape as in?
Proof of employee disambiguation or grave psychosis.
Hey, Bill, you ever watch any Canadian television?
No, not really, except for Little Mosque on the Prairie, of course.
You ever hear of an actor named Edwin?
Edwin Hendricks? Well, of course. Why, do you know him?
No. I know his mother. I know his brother. I know his father. I only see Edwin once a year when he comes down to do the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Steve's in it.
I thought you weren't an actor.
It's my one-day-a-year concession to the acting profession. You know, for Dad.
You make a great Lincoln.
Actually, Edwin plays Lincoln.
He's only on stage for about 10 seconds, but Edwin is incredible. He can take a bullet with the best of them.
Oh, that's an understatement. And who do you play?
Booth.
Oh.
You see, Steve, if you'd quit breaking your leg every year, maybe people would remember you.